Good morning. I call this hearing to order. This morning, we will review the performance and safety of our nation's commercial nuclear power plants. Nuclear power provides clean, reliable, carbon-free energy to basically one in all 5 American homes and businesses. It should be a central, growing share of our nation's energy mix if we're going to be serious about addressing our changing climate. Nuclear power generated a record amount of electricity this last year. We trace today's use of nuclear power to the Shippingport Atomic Power Station, the nation's first commercial nuclear power plant. In 1958, the Pennsylvania site first generated electricity for civilian use. The Shippingport operation also established a founding principle of nuclear regulation. The company licensed to operate the reactor holds the primary responsibility for nuclear safety. Government regulators remained on site to make sure the operators met all the safety requirements. This model remains in place for the 96 nuclear reactors that are in operation today. The number of operating nuclear reactors actually peaked at 112 in 1990. The number of U.S. reactors has shrunk since then. In the last 7 years, 9 nuclear reactors have been shut down. Those 9 reactors generated enough clean, carbon-free energy to power over 11 million homes. Another 8 reactors are scheduled to close over the next 5 years. Together, the carbon-free energy generated from those 8 reactors is roughly equal to all the energy produced by solar panels last year in the United States. It's time to reverse this trend. We need to preserve and expand our use of nuclear energy. To achieve that goal, the American public must have confidence in the safe use of nuclear material. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission staff reports that safety has improved over the last 20 years. Today, nuclear power plants are performing at historically high levels of safety and efficiency. Improved safety leads to more efficient reactor operation. Reactors have fewer unplanned shutdowns and have increased safety margins. Nuclear utilities should continually strive for safety excellence. The industry does so through the Institute for Nuclear Power Operations. The Institute's mission is to build on their core values, and those are engagement, nuclear safety, broad industry support, accountability, independence, and confidentiality. These values can allow our nation to transition to advanced nuclear technology. Navigating the regulatory approval process for new nuclear technologies requires substantial financial commitment. Rigid, costly regulations will stunt the growth of nuclear innovation. American businesses that invest in advanced technologies must have confidence in future safety rules. The rules must be based on the performance and risk of their reactor designs, not the inflexibility in terms of the inflexible legacy of previous technologies. Last Congress, this committee led the effort to get the Nuclear Energy Innovation and Modernization Act signed into law. The law requires predictable and efficient safety regulations for advanced nuclear technologies. The law will help stimulate the development and deployment of advanced nuclear technologies. Nuclear power plants are just one piece of preserving and expanding our nuclear industry. The entire nuclear fuel cycle, starting with America's uranium producers, must be valued. Wyoming is our nation's largest uranium producer. Russia's strategic decision to flood the market with subsidized uranium has put Wyoming's uranium mining at risk. President Trump recognized that preserving domestic uranium production instead of relying on foreign imports is a national security issue. He established a nuclear fuel working group to recommend actions to help America's nuclear fuel cycle. I look forward to the working group's report and urge President Trump to take swift action to support our nation's uranium producers. We must also address what to do with nuclear fuel after it has been used. Washington is long overdue to fulfill our legal obligation to permanently dispose of nuclear waste. That includes advancing a nuclear waste policy centered on completing the scientific review of the Yucca Mountain site. So I put forth draft legislation to do so. If we're serious about addressing climate change, we must be serious about increasing nuclear power. That means advancing performance-based safety rules, deploying advanced nuclear technologies, ensuring we maintain U.S. uranium production, and permanently disposing of nuclear waste. This committee can play an important role in accomplishing all of these goals. And I'd now like to turn to my ranking member, Senator Carper, for his opening comments.